This video is brought to you by Roguedeckbuilder.com. Purchase a playmat today and help us make the move to our new studio. We have over 10 playmats to choose from. Visit Roguedeckbuilder.com. Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with match number 2 with Dredge. Yes, we'd like to play first. This is on the verge of keepable. This is actually not too shabby. We'll keep this, as we do have the Grizzly Salvage. I was looking at it and I didn't see the Grizzly Salvage, and now that I'm looking at the Grizzly Salvage, this hand's actually exactly what you want. This is what allows you to run such a low land count in the Dredge, is the ability to salvage or satyr Wayfinder into those third and fourth lands. So we'll go ahead and chuck out a Stomping Grounds into play tapped. And then we'll Blood Crypt. So it's going to be a forest. Mono Green Devotion is like every other deck in this metagame right now. So I'm pretty sure that's what we're going up against. Which I think we have a fairly great matchup against it. I don't know. I haven't played Mono Green with a lot of cards, or a lot of decks, these newer decks. So I'm thinking, though, that we can go through it with Gorkling Rampager. Shadowborn Demon's very good. So please, please, please don't miss. It doesn't even come close to missing. We can actually take a Llanowar Wastes. We do need the other black source, so go ahead and chuck that out. Throw these into the graveyard. And we are definitely good to go. So he gets a little bit of ramp with the Sylvan Caryatid, so we could be seeing a Plukranos next turn. But hopefully we can get the land drops for the Shadowborn Demon within that time. So it's a commune. The right play is just to throw out Mr. Lot Literal. Pass the turn. Now he's got to find a way for a regenerating. This card is so powerful, especially if they can't kill it. This allows me just to forever regenerate this guy. He can get quite big with ditching cards. We can ditch a Soul Chandelier within a few turns. I may need to commune to find a Satyr Wayfinder. We need that fourth land very, very quickly. But, okay, it's going to be like, I'm sure, ways to untap. And, oh, this guy knows who I am. So, anyway, I'm sure this is going to have some crazy shenanigans in it, so we'll see what's up. Grizzly Salvage is great. We're going to use it main phase to try to find us that other land drop. Oh, look at that. We missed completely. So at this point, we just take the Satyr Wayfinder. And shed a few tears for the Grizzly Salvage missing. And see if he's like running my unexpected results list here. I'm in huge trouble if that's the case. But we are a Night Howler away from really taking this game over, as a Night Howler makes my dude insanely strong with the Gorkling Rampager as well, adding to that. And we are going to hit a land this turn. I believe that we can just Satyr Wayfinder because we do want the land. And if this misses a land, then we know all our lands are on the bottom. And we know all of our lands are on the bottom. So, okay, MT Joe. Guess we can't have a 21 land deck, as we miss with a Grizzly Salvage and a Satyr Wayfinder. So that's 5, 6 with the draw. 10, it would have been 10 in a row without a land. Of course, our Krufix, see if he finds a land on top. He does not. The profits can be incredibly mean, though. He can ramp for just insane amount of mana already. There's a Night, there's Shining Nyx. So we're going to get overwhelmed here within a few turns. Unless we can find a solution. He is down to 2 cards, though. Still no land, so yet again, here comes the main phased Grizzly Salvage. There's no way we miss a land here, right? Unless he's got a... There's only one land? One land out of that. I mean, I'm not complaining because that's exactly what we want to see, but... So we have 30 cards left in our deck. This is just the MTGO shuffler, how it gets so frustrating. So out of half our decks, which is 21 lands, we have a forest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards out of half. Anyway, so we'll check out the Overgrown Tomb, and I believe we can... Jeez, we're still in bad shape. I believe we can commune with the gods just to try to find another land drop, to find another Satyr Wayfinder, or we shock ourselves here, and we get this first Nemesis Immortals. So here comes the Prophet. I'm just hoping he just doesn't have anything in his hand that's actually worth casting. A Plukernos at this point is such a board wipe, because again he generates gazillion, and by gazillion I mean a gazillion mana. He could generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 per Nykthos Shrine of Nyx activation, untapping it twice. But now he's going to have to start blocking. We do just naturally hit the Blood Crypt. So that is dandy. And still only 2 cards in hand. So it is going to be Shadowborn Demon. Which I will take out the Prophet. And he doesn't flash anything in, which really makes me think he doesn't have anything. Now he can't flash anything in. So the Nemesis Immortals will come in for some damage. So that's, I guess, the problem with these ramp decks when you're running in both the Curious Followers and the Satyr Wayfinder or Satyr Voyaging Satyrs, is you do just run into all acceleration and no juice. That's happened to me plenty of times. But he is in some very, very tough shape here if we get like a Night Howler off the top. We can actually even commune into a Night Howler if we draw into a land, chuck it on the Shadowborn Demon, and that'll be game. We know he has a Mystic and 2 other cards in hand and a ton of mana. And the Nightly's Disciple is going to gain him a lot of life, but I don't think that's going to do much when he's staring down a mortal that can hit for a ton and a Shadowborn Demon. So Stomping Ground, so I think I will commune with gods, and we'll try to find a Night Howler and just end this game right now. So commune with the gods. He negates it. Okay, we know that was 1 card left in hand. At this point, I believe we just attack in with both of these guys. Blocks there, we could do additional damage, but I think that's fine, just killing off an Elvish Mystic. And I'm going to do it again. And we wouldn't have found it, but we have another Shadowborn Demon. There's all of our lands, as expected. So here we can just chuck this into play tapped and call that good. The 1 card in his hand, have not a clue what it is. I wonder if Plasm Capture is actually in his deck. Disciple definitely will come down here to try to stabilize him, but stabilizing will only gain him 7 life. And I'm sure the 1 card in hand, the Big Unknown, doesn't do terribly a lot. Down to a 19. Double Shadowborn Demons. So I am worried about like a Plasm Capture. No, I'm not. We just main phase this. Other than this does take all my mana. Do we main phase this? Or do we go for an all-out kill here? I think I just attack him with everything. Make him start killing some of these guys. Yeah, I'll just wipe his board here. So this guy is going to discard a Soul of Chandelar. And we'll definitely regenerate it. We will Rampager. Can I actually do enough here just to kill him? So 5's going through. If we Rampager on the Nemesis Immortals, then 7 will go through, so that's 12 will go through. And then if we ditch the other two to Lot the Troll, no, we're still very far off. So the right play is just to wipe as much of his board as possible. So we're going to Gore Clan on the Satyr Wayfinder and put a regeneration shield on the Lot the Troll. And then that pretty much seals the deal. He has a breeding pool that I know that he drew into, and nothing else. So very unlucky for my opponent. He got none of his juice, being, I'm sure, Arbor Colossus or Pelucranos or Hydra Broodmaster. I'm sure there's a lot of insane things he can do with that mana, but he did not find it. Abrupt Decays are pretty decent in this. It takes care of the Choristers of Crufix. It also takes care of all the Cure's followers, so I am going to bring it in and play more of this route. Scavenging Ooze, I don't know if I really need to interact or to exile any of his stuff. He's going to put a lot of creatures in the graveyard, but I think that we just need to go all more over the top versus him. And believe it or not, Dreadboars in this matchup, keeping down his Devotion, seems really good, and I think that's just the line of play we're going to take. So what happened to our... So our Oozes came out, so 2 more cards need to come out. Soul of Chandelar is amazing in this matchup. We can get it to stick. Lot of Trolls are still good. Flesh is good. I think Gorkon Rampager is necessary. Shadowborn Demon. This is very interesting. I think that just Nemesis of Mortals is actually the weaker card versus him. In fact, they might be just be weaker in general towards putting in like Soul of Innistrads maybe. Nah. All right. So I'm gonna submit this. Alrighty, so a very keepable hand. We have an Nemesis Immortals, just the one of them. We got rid of the other one, so that's really good. Abrupt Decay to take care of a follower, a Courser, a Crufix, or a Voyaging Satyr. We have a Commune to actually find us another threat, and plenty of land, so we don't even need to find another land, which is a very, very good start. See if he starts out with a Mystic. He does, so he's got his pretty good start. He could go a turn to Courser, but by that point we'll have a turn to Abrupt Decay. So again, I'm loving this hand. It's also very powerful with Jared because we do have double swamps, triple swamps actually. So double swamp, double forest hand, or triple swamp, triple forest if you want to count it that way. Which with Jared is a way to have 2 activations to get him back. So another Commune, I'm definitely okay with that. I think Overgrown Tomb is the right play here, and then we can Blood Crypt next turn. See if that Courser does make an appearance. I will Snap Decay it. Nope, Temple. So Courser could come here. And he just attacks in, so nothing. I mean, Seal the Carotid could have came there. So I'm thinking that next turn, I'm okay with... Now we're Abrupt Decaying. No, I'm going to be... I don't know if this is the right play. You could make the argument for just holding up Abrupt Decay. But I'd like to put some stuff in the graveyard. And we get Blood Crypt, Elanor Waste. Blood Crypt's fine. We'll take another Blood Crypt. It's another swamp for Jared. Satyr Wayfinder in the bin. Shadowborn Demon. Gives us a blocker for a Mystic. He wouldn't want to attack in the Mystic anyway. But then we can Abrupt Decay in response. Hopefully a Courser doesn't come here and find him a land. That's what I was afraid of, but I couldn't respond to it anyway, so there's not much I could have done there. But we'll Abrupt Decay off that Courser next turn. And we'll throw in another Overgrown. No, but Stomping Grounds would actually be the right play to throw in here. Or a Temple. That's actually fine. We can scry away something. Nope, absolutely want that on top. So decay off the Courser before he has a chance to do something with it. I guess we should have waited and got more information. because I would have been able to see this draw. So everyone watching, play mistake. So chalk it up there in your little notes. You can keep track of how many times I screw up while commentating. Anywho, see if a Plugranos comes out this turn. At this point, Plugranos isn't the convoking, so he needs to find a. So he's gonna Court of Calling for sure. For a Cures follower is my guess. So he's getting desperate. No. I know it's in his hand, so that's good, I guess. He's going to do it end of turn. That's what he's going to do. So we don't need to... Yes, we'll shock ourselves here. That's fine. We'll go with another Overgrown Tomb. And we'll commune. And find that juicy Night Howler. Throw some more useless lands in the graveyard. Flesh and Blood is a bit of a disappointment for going into the graveyard. But I'm sure he's going to convoke here, and we'll decay it. Yeah, that guy's not happening. Absolutely not happening. That card's good against us. Very good against us. So we do have the second decay, which is lucky. And, oh wow. Ooze. Ooze, ooze, ooze. Good news is, like, Nemesis Immortals can still bust us through, and Flesh Blood, so ooze is a problem. But, yeah, that hurts big time. For him. I mean, that's really the strategy you need to go, is the Scavenging Ooze to get rid of my graveyard. I had 1, 2, 3 cards in my graveyard, makes Night Howler useless. Doesn't have the greatest devotion, though, and he's definitely getting flooded on the lands there. Flesh Blood is going to be very good for me. At this point, I'm just tempted to actually just chuck out a Night Howler. On the Satyr Wayfinder. And then get in here for 6. So no negate. No Plasm Capture either. We were walking right into that, so maybe that wasn't the smartest move. He has loads of mana. He can actually cast a Hornet Queen here. Yep, Hornet Queen does come out. Which is annoying, but, I mean, we can continue to sift through our deck. We're going to find every Dredge card imaginable, or just another Night Howler. And, wow, we miss everything but a Jared, which is fine, though, Jared. Jared can get the job done. Find all these lands in our graveyard. At this point, I think just... What's more ideal? Is to get that out, or I guess it doesn't. Nemesis Immortals will cost more mana to cast, or less mana than Jared. It's a 5/5. Don't attack into the Hornet Queen. So next turn we can sack once to do 6 damage. Or actually attack in. I don't know if attacking in does more. We can actually flesh and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flesh and blood. Is there something that I can actually put enough counters on for? Attacking with just the Hornet Queen. He's going to leave back. Attacking with everything. He must have another Hornet Queen in his hand. So I'm down to a 7. I'm on a... Huh. That's interesting he goes that route, because what can he do? He can't really flash anything in. And then he'll have to lose some Elvish Mystics, which will get my guy bigger. Unless he's got an overloaded Cyclonic Rift. Which he's going to take the 5. I am so worried about an overloaded Cyclonic Rift. I believe I do just sack this. This is game. And he doesn't have it. So I think that this is it. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't block. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what ended up happening there. But anyway, so far so good. Gen Dredge, very powerful deck, can get out of sticky situations with Jared, Gorkon, Rampager, and Fleshblood. We'll go on to one more match here. This is Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.